There we go, the recording's starting now. Okay, good morning. As you guys know, we are busy with the 2022 paper. Okay, so this is the idea of putting up the business reports. Now, I know you all hate business report, and business report at the best of time is not anyone's best friend, but I'm going to help you through it. I'm going to talk you through the process. I'm going to talk you how to write it, how to structure a paragraph, how to do your planning, the whole shebang. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, as you guys know, hopefully by now. Okay, we'll just share top here. Okay, so for this one, because it's a lot of writing, I'm not going to do it on the exam page. I'm going to do it in a Word document. I've taken everything across, but let's see what they've asked us. So the question gives us three sources. So source A, yeah, they're talking about low, medium risk. So we know one aspect of the question is going to be risk. Okay, don't be afraid of risk, be afraid of opportunities missed. Again, they are talking about risk. Okay, helping the business find the balance between risk and reward is arguably one of the most difficult tasks of management and one of its most contributing to sustainability. Risk has always been important to the business, the fundamental committing money to a venture and hopefully reaping the rewards later. Okay, the greater the risk, the greater reward. So we know that the whole thing, and with your sources, don't spend a whole time analyzing it, going over every aspect of it. Remember, if something's in the source, you cannot use it in the paper. So we're not going to spend all our time reading through it. We're going to go straight to the question. Okay, so the question says, the South African general retail sector has experienced rapid periods of change caused by challenges such as the rise in online purchasing, increase of multinational brands, the economic climate, and several social factors. Okay, the local general retailer has had to work harder to bring feet through the door and limit the level of risk. So we might not get marks for this, but this has given us something to think about. Okay, is the rise in online purchasing, the increase of international brands, the economic climate, and several social factors. Okay, write a report where you discuss how the general should use management tasks and management competencies. There we go. So there's our 10 things that we have to do. So before we even start, let's quickly do. Okay, let's quickly list the 10 competencies and 10 tasks. Okay, so we've got POLC, which stands for planning. So obviously this you do in your head, but I'm going to do it so you can see it. Organizing, leading, controlling. This is there, sorry. Okay, then we got the 2 C's. So we got communication, we got coordination. Okay, we've got discipline, we've got delegation. Okay, we have decision making and motivation. Okay, so there are 10 tasks. And let's think now quickly here. Let's do this. So how I always structure these types of things. So let me do this. How I do it is I'm going to put the 2 next to each other. Okay, so there they are. And let's put the ones next door. Okay, planning. What goes well with planning? Okay, we've got judgment. We have got, so I use the thing J nice ghost. We've got negotiating. Okay, we've got initiative. We've got customer centricity or service. Let's rather say customer service. Okay, we've got employee development. We've got global awareness. Okay, and we've got global awareness. Nice goes. We've got there we got organizational awareness, and we have got, let's just say teamwork as the last time. And they're the 10 that we can think of. Now I'm going to add another column in there. And why? And obviously you can write this down. You can write it. I'm putting it in a column. Before I'm even starting this, I get even when I do my reading time. Let's start thinking of some of the risks that we can take. So one risk that the business always has is the exchange rate. Okay, why? Because we're importing and exporting. The other one that they talk about is online retailers. Okay, the third one is something like, for example, what other risk? Okay, social trends. Okay. The third one is maybe something like increased competition. Fourth one is political development. Okay, what else do we think of? What else does a retailer change with? Okay, is something like, for example, inflation. Yeah, so we got delegation. Let me let's finish on my spelling, clean up all the spelling now. Okay. Yeah, so we've got all of these. Okay. And what we want to do is we want to start planning and thinking which ones can we put together. Okay. And let's see, what can we put with planning? We can put planning, maybe. Okay, planning for the future. You've got to come up with new ideas, you've got to think. And planning to me leads very nicely with initiative. If you're planning, it means that you're taking initiative. You're thinking of the future. And taking initiative to do what? To maybe plan for something like an online retailer. Okay, coming up with an online retailer, we can maybe put those three together. Okay, leading comes well. What do we know about leading? A good leader, what? Leads from the front. A good leader is someone who actually is able to help others. Okay, so let's maybe put leading with employee development. Okay, and along with that, is there any challenges? There's no challenges here that we can think, but we can bring those two together quite nicely. Okay, what else can leading come with is, for example, okay, planning. We can also link. So let's put planning in orange. Let's change it to white color. Yeah. Okay. Maybe take a color that you can actually still see it. Okay, let's take a lighter color. Let me take this green. Okay, planning can go with global awareness. Why? Because you've got to plan for the future. You've got to look at global awareness. And what's the global awareness that we have to look at? Is we have to look across the country and we have to think, okay, we've got to worry about exchange rates happening. So do you see, this is just an example of how you plan. Okay, put things down quickly, write all 20 of them down here. Okay, in your thing quickly. It takes you 5 minutes to do. But now I've already got a couple of things that I can talk about. Okay, I can talk about teamwork. Okay, leading we can also do with teamwork. Okay, why? Because maybe technological development, okay, or competition. Why? Because you've got to stand out, so your teamwork, and you can bring it in with customer service. Okay, customer service, teamwork, all three of these. So maybe we put leading, customer service, teamwork, and competition in place. And now the last thing we got to think about is we got to think of current affairs. In South Africa, what is our inflation? So inflation, okay, what is our CPI? Let's Google it quick. I think it's 6 point something, but it's been a while since I've actually checked it. Okay, so just give me a sec. Okay, so currently our inflation, I don't want stats to say they're not really that suspicious. Let's do it this way rather. Okay, so for those of you that I'm show you where to find it, the best one is to always look at the Reserve Bank, and it should always be up top here. Yes, it is. Okay, currently CPI as of April is only 5.2, which is not a bad percentage. It's where it should be. Okay, the repo rate is quite high. Okay, prime rate is also quite high. Okay, so they're trying to encourage savings. That's why they're so effective at stopping inflation. Okay. So now we've got our planning done. So let's start with an introduction. I'm going to start it on you. Okay, so there's your planning. So before we start with an introduction, you've always got to remember what? Okay, your format. So address 2, let's say CEO of, yeah, I'm changing it. I'm going to do it on a general clothing retailer. Okay, so after address 2, we also say the date is 24 May 2024. Okay, regarding management tasks as part of risk management. Okay, so we've already got 1, 2, 3. Okay, the compiled by is normally at the end, so I'm just going to put it here so we don't forget it at the end. You may go to the last page of your thing and just write compiled by Mr. Black, whatever. Okay, just to say another name, Mr. J Black. Okay, I'll take Jack Black. Okay, don't put your own name because it's your exam paper, so I'd rather put someone else's name. Okay, but now we start and we think introduction. Okay, so remember an introduction has to do 2 things. First, identify the problem. What's the issue we're facing? So the issue that we are facing is that as of 2024, many businesses within the clothing sector are to deal with change. So what is our biggest change is the increase in competition and changing social trends. What does it lead to? So now what's the problem? Have caused businesses to adapt their business strategies to help retain customers and remain relevant within a highly sector. Okay, so they've had to remain relevant within the highly think sector, and they've had to completely think outside of the box. Okay, and if you want to add another sentence, okay, you could say businesses are at the thing of losing customers, thereby losing revenue and having to close down, but that to me is a bit too simple. Okay, now let's think, what is this sort of thing? General management needs to ensure that it utilizes the various tasks and competencies to maintain its competitive advantage. And this report aims to show how this could be implemented within Mr. Price. So you see, I'm not just repeating the question, I'm saying that what are we facing? We're facing increased competition. We're facing social trends. And because of this, we've got to make sure that we are trying to retain our customers. That's the problem, is that customers are leaving and that businesses are doing. If I were you, Google quickly. You can see, for example, go and Google a company. You type in. Before, when you're doing your planning, so obviously this you do before. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, they say, and yeah, they talk about Shein. So here's a little article. Okay, in face of the Shein juggernaut, and you can actually bring this into your thing, where you say, let's see if they talk about Okay, so there we go. Superbalist. How to talk about changing its thing. So let's bring this into play. Okay, so let's bring it into play a little earlier than I wanted to, but already, yeah. Let's bring it into play. From So do you see you're bringing in, there's already one current affair in your paper. You've already talked about one, Sheen and Tim. Okay, so you've already brought in one current affair. Okay, and you're now already onto a higher start. So let's start with the first one. So what was our first one that we spoke about? Okay, please forgive my spelling, as you guys know. I'm busy talking and don't always look there, but I will fix it up before I print this. Okay, so the first one is planning. Let's do planning, initiative, and online retailers. Okay, because we already talked about it earlier. Let's bring that into play. So now let's bring it in. Let's use our thing. So let's start with just say planning. Okay, as a marker, you get the mark for planning. Okay, so let's start whenever you start a paragraph. Planning refers to the steps taken by the business to evaluate the current situation of the business and plan for any future events that may impact the business. Okay. Now, let's start with one that we know. What are the three types of planning? Uh, Strategic, tactical, and operational planning. Okay, so you've already got, just mentioned quickly, all three. Now, which one do I want to talk about really? I like the strategic one because it's a long term. Okay. Okay, so if I want to bring up something, and I did a bit of research, and I want to show it to you. Okay, I give it to all my students, obviously. Okay, so if you want to start with this, okay, I want to quickly find it for you. Where is it? It's the. Okay, so if I go there, I went and I did my research before I even started writing here. Just a minute. So whenever, yeah, here's the tactical. So here's the values of it. Here are the values and the mission and the vision is to put customers first. So let's do this one. Okay, when looking at the thing, they want to do the best thing and they want to help deliver the right product to our customers. Okay, and now I'm going to substantiate the statement. Okay, the vision of a business can be seen as its strategic planning. Why? Now ask why. Okay, whenever you do substantiation, ask why. Since the vision entails the long-term goals of what the business wants to achieve, and the mission includes the of the way, not the manner, in which wants to achieve it. Okay. Now let's give a practical example, and that's why I use my little bit of thing that I looked up there. For example, okay, TFG, the Fashini Group, has a vision to be one retailer in SA and achieve this by placing the customer first and ensuring that changes within the retail industry. Now, with this, well, I've given you an idea. So there's a little bit of practical application. So as a marker, okay, let me do this and let me insert. So you can see as a marker, I don't have the tick. Let me just find it quickly. Just want this quick. Yeah, so as a marker, when I mark this, okay, so you never spoke about this in competition from Shein, Temu. Okay, have changing social trends that was given to you, so I can't give you marks for that to adapt their business. Okay, general management to ensure the users, so there I can't give you another mark. Okay, there I might actually give you a mark for saying Mr. Price. Okay, but already we're at 4 marks. Okay, now this is where we actually start getting more marks. 5, taking my business to evaluate the current situation of the business and plan for future events that may impact their business. The various include, for example, strategic, practical, and operational. Do you see? So even if I'm only going to be talking about 1, name all 3, I can give you marks for 3. Okay, what is the 1? Is the vision of the business. Since the vision entails the long-term goals of which their business and the mission, so there's another one for naming, is the way in which it plans to achieve it. For example, TFG has a vision to be the #1 retailer in software and plans to achieve this by putting the customer first and ensuring that they remain up to date with all things within the industry. Do you see that we are already in this paragraph? We're already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're already at 10 marks in 1 paragraph. So just by playing to my strengths, what I know about, okay, I'm putting this into play. Now, let me put something else. And obviously, so I've got a bit of application, but I want to get application and problem solving in. Okay. So the TFG group, for example, has planned to deal with, and I'm going to repeat myself quickly, the entry major retailers like Shein by introducing a Dash platform by introducing the Bash platform, which is a online so I just want to make sure what Bash is exactly. I did Google. So how do I know about the Bash platform? Again, I went and I did a bit of research. Where's Bash? I'll show you where it is here. Okay. So where's Bash? It's here somewhere. I'll find it now. Give me a sec. Here it is. Okay. Bash.com, a new fashion and lifestyle platform Okay, Bash enables customers to shop for most of their in-house brand, providing answers of quality brands. So there I know about it. And this I've just read. There's a new app. There's a new technological. Okay, so let's put on a little bit of show here. Okay, so online platform that utilizes technology available which to allow customers to view and buy any of the TFG in-house brands from the bash.com websites. So do you see, I went and I did a little bit, and I say now, okay, I've got to give them a solution. And let me show you a solution. Let me tell you a solution, okay, that they can do. Okay, there I'd say to you, the TFG, for example, has planned to deal with the entry of major retailers like Shein by introducing the Bash platform, which is an online platform that utilizes the technology available to allow customers to review and buy any of the in-house brand from the bash.com website. So let me give them a bit of advice. Mr. Price needs to show initiative by ensuring that they also build a strong online presence by either employing while IT staff or outsourcing this. Ooh, let's take a nicer word. To other brands. Okay, so I'm gonna make this 2 paragraphs. Okay, so that we don't need it all in one. But do you see, this is all part of planning. But what have I brought into planning more? Okay, the entry made is like Shein by introducing the Bash platform. So there they can give me a mark, which is an online platform which is technologically able to allow the view and buy any of the in-house brands. Okay, so, and I might actually even, what does it utilize? It uses technology. So if I want to give you a mark because it's technological, it's part of Pistol. Okay, Mr. Price needs to show initiative. Why can I give you a mark for initiative? Because initiative is actually one of our tasks. So do you see, even though I'm talking about planning now, I've already brought in initiative. I'm like, cool. And that's why I went back and I changed. My assurance that they also build a strong online presence. So what do they do? Okay, what and how do they do it? Okay, by either employing well-trained IT technicians or delegating this task to other brands. Okay, delegating or outsourcing slash. Okay, so do you see? Either do it in-house or do it out-house. Okay, so that's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 marks. Okay, that we've already got to us. So we're already at 16 marks plus the 4 at the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're already at 20 facts. Okay, 20 more, 30 more when we're there. Okay, so that's planning done. Okay, maybe if you want to go on with planning, I quite like planning. So again, they haven't said that I had to do all 20 tasks. I've already got 3 or 4 in here. Let's maybe do planning. So what is operational? Operational planning refers to the day to of a business and is one of the most important stages of planning. Okay, why do I say this? Now I'm going to give us an explanation. Okay, so I've already given you the mark, but it's 1 for the day to day. Okay, we already got another mark there. Okay, so it is one of the most important aspects of planning. Okay, now I'm going to say why. Why do I think operational planning? So it's day to day. It's the one manager in the shop. Why is it? This is because the store managers are the managers with the most interactions with the customers. These managers will be able to see which changes implemented by top or middle level management are actually most successful. Okay, why do I say that? So there again, they can see. So let's give them an example. For example, when JET launched the new JET home section, the store would be the first to notice if customers were shopping within this new section of the store, or if it was only glanced at as a curiosity. The middle, I only see this in the financial statements weeks or months later. Okay, it's a stupid example, but it makes sense, doesn't it? If you're in the middle management, you're sitting in headquarters or your HQ at Sandton or whatever, and you've got stores in Kyalami or Braamfontein or whatever. The one who sees that it's successful is the store manager. They can see, oh, this is working. And why? Why am I using Jet Home? Because it's application, it's a real life event. Pep Home's the same. Pep Home's also relatively new. So when you're launching it, if I use a name, it shows them that I'm actually using the real life events. I'm actually thinking about, oh, this happened or that happened, and the next and that, and you know what's going on. Okay, so it makes a lot more sense if you actually do it later. So let's think, which one can we bring it back to now? Okay, and to me, my mind went straight to this one. Okay, maybe this one and these two, communication and teamwork. Okay, therefore, communication between the various levels management needs could be needs to be as clear as possible, since the policies implemented by top management need to deal with need to, let's say, satisfy the needs of the customer or they risk losing them to other brands. I'm bringing it back to the risk factor. I'm worried a bit that I'm not talking about the risk. The risk is that if policies are only implemented, they risk losing it to other brands. Okay. And the risk is that you're not making use of the space. So let's give them a viable solution. Therefore, business needs to ensure that there is a two-way communication and that lower level management is given a platform to provide back the various policies implemented by top level. This could be done via monthly / bi-weekly meetings online through platforms like Zoom to reduce travel costs. So I'm padding the answer a little bit. Or by providing platforms on the intranet to ensure that feedback can be given. Okay. So I'm just going to quickly make this slightly bigger for you. Okay. So let's see how many marks we got extra here. So the most interactions with customers, there's another mark that we can give us. These managers will be able to see if the implemented traded by middle level or top level management are most successful. You might even get more marks, but let's be a bit circumspect. For example, when Jade launched a new Jet Home section, where we bring something in, the store manager will be able to first notice if customers were shopping within or if it was only glanced at as a curiosity. Okay. The middle management may only see this on financial statements weeks or even months later because they're not in the store. Okay. Therefore, the communication, there's another management task. You see how I'm constantly bringing in management tasks. Okay, it needs to be as clear as possible. Since why it needs to be clear, then there's another substantiation. Why do they need to be as clear as possible? Since the policies need to satisfy the needs of the customer, otherwise they risk losing them to others. Therefore, the business needs to ensure that there's two-way communication. I'm not just giving the mark for communication, I'm giving the mark for two-way communication. And that lower manager is given a platform to provide feedback. That mark for feedback. Okay, on the policies that we're working. Okay, implemented by top-level management are working. This could be done by monthly or bi-weekly meetings online. Okay, why online? Okay, because it reduces travel costs. So there, because I said reduces travel costs, that's another reason why. Or by providing more options on the internet to ensure that feedback can be given. Okay, so do you see? By here, it's another. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You see, we're again another 12 marks. So we're already at 32. We only need 18 more and we're there. Okay, so sorry for clapping. Okay, might get that's in there. So let's think what else. Let's think about leading. Okay. How do you think that managers should lead? Managers should lead by example and exhibit the qualities that they wish to see in others. That is what leading is. We want to see leading. Okay, as a manager, but how do we make sure that leading is possible and how can we bring it into others? Okay, so do we think does leading come down from the top or should it be a filter down? And this is where I would bring in leading and employee development in. Okay, I would say, okay, businesses need to ensure that they are, are encouraging employees to take up leadership roles on employee, part of the employee development. Okay, so that they encourage employees to take up as part of employee development. Another mark. Okay, this, and let's say, what is the risk? Okay, what is a possible risk that a business can fake? Okay, if employees are not developed, the business faces the risks of either losing valuable employees or, in the worst case scenario, let's bring in some of our other scenario. In the worst case scenario, is it corrective actions like strikes or picketing? Okay, there's at the worst case scenario, okay? Yeah. And so that's the thing. This is, let's see if we can link it to another nice help. So to address the high unemployment rate of 33% as for as trained employees are more likely to find work even after leaving company. TFG has made employee development one of the key priorities as, I think it was 1,500, if I'm not wrong. Let me see. Okay, and now I'm going back to my little cheat sheet. Okay, please, if you want this, leave an email in the comment section and I'll email it through to you if you want me to send this to you. I just want to find those employees. There they are. Okay, so there is employees, and there they talk about employee well-being, employee management, employee participation, employee retention. Okay, so they look at retention, training, okay, leadership, in internships, all things. Okay, so there we can use this that they've done. Okay, and retention. Okay, Now, let's give them a solution. And I always say, where do we know about people? Where else does people fit into the mix? Can Mr. Price can incorporate leadership training into its CSR programs. For example, when engaging in community drives, they can offer managerial training to the new staff as well as members of the local communities. When recruitment needs to be done, these members first on the list, thereby reducing unemployment significantly. Okay, so do you see? Even with this, okay, we're reducing unemployment significantly, and we've made it part of our CSR program. And if you want an extra mark, let's quickly see there from TSG. Let's go to our homework again. Okay, and they talk about it. Yeah, I saw it yesterday when I was looking. There's employee well-being. Okay, there we go. As of TFG, okay, we created 8,000 more jobs within the whole of Africa. Okay, so let's quickly see this. TFG. Okay, let's see how many marks we got there. Okay, so we got 1 mark so we needed another 18. Managers can lead by example, and can't see that they wish to see others. That's a nice little sentence. Okay. Business needs to ensure that they are encouraging employees to take up leadership as part of their employee development. Okay. Why should they do this? As if employees are not developed, the business faces the risk of either losing valuable employees or, in the worst case scenario, facing corrective actions like strikes or picketing. Okay. Let me put in another marker. As part of the SDA, okay, and here I'm bringing in a new topic, and this is something I'll talk about when I'm doing the memo. Okay, is I'm bringing in something different. SDA. Okay, so the Skills Development Act, and a little trick if you want to know is if you do this. Okay, if you do that, it's actually worth 2 marks. So you do 1 mark for SDA, you do 1 mark for employers are forced to develop their employees and leadership qualities should form part of this development. Okay. So the positive qualities and leadership qualities should form part of this development. Okay. So, like strikes or picketing. So, we'll do another mark here. This will help SA to address the high employment rate of 33% as of 2024. Okay. As trained employees are more likely to find work even after leaving the company. There's a little bit more substantiation. Why does it help? It helps that way. TSG has made employee one of its main priorities as employee retention and the use of internship or leadership programs has become one of their main focuses. Yeah, so how many in this paragraph? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, Mr. Price can incorporate leadership training into its CSR program. Okay, as an example, when engaging community drives, they can offer management paths to their new staff as well as members of the local communities. When recruitment needs to be taken, these members can be first on the list, thereby reducing unemployment significantly. TFG implemented this by creating more of jobs in 2023. Okay, we probably already have enough facts, but I'm going to do one more paragraph as a way to finish off this video. Okay, and I'm going to do social trends. And what's one of the biggest social trends? So let's try and think in clothing. And I've got one, and why I'll tell you why I'm using this one. In the age of technology, many employees are placing the initiative on brands like has to be more environmentally friendly. This triple bottom line as companies can no longer only prioritize profit. Therefore, brands need to adapt their ways of doing business to accommodate these needs. Okay, let's give an example. For example, Mr. Price has replaced the printing of receipts with a new email function that reduces paper wastage. Edgar's has incorporated recycling as a major part of its business with compartments for tags, hangers, and old clothing being seen within their stores. Each able to encourage employees and customers to become more therefore increase. Okay. So again, placing the initiative again. There's initiative again. Our brands like to be more environmentally friendly. Okay, why? This could be seen in TVLs. Companies know, so triple bottom line, obviously, as companies are no longer only able to prioritize profit. Therefore, brands need to adapt their ways. So adaptability is one of the management competencies to accommodate these needs. For example, Mr. Price has replaced the printing of receipts with new email functions that reduces paper wastage. Edgar's has incorporated recycling as a major part of its business models, with compartments for tags, hangers, and clothing being seen within their stores. Okay, you might even get another mark here for hangers and everything. Okay, each brand is able to encourage them and thereby increases customer loyalty. Hey, do you see even a paragraph like this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, even 8 marks. Okay, so by now we've already got our 50 marks. You see, you don't have to write a lot. It's 1, 2, 3 pages. Okay, this is obviously slightly more because you write bigger. You can write, obviously for you, this might be about 4 pages. Okay, but still, I got my point across. I was very selective about what I said. You don't have to write a lot. I went for quality over quantity. And then the last one. This report, so let's give us a short thing, shows that businesses, and what's the big thing I've shown? I've still need to take the initiative when planning to deal with various threats like entry of new stores like Shein or the high levels of unemployment. Okay. The high levels of unemployment / trends within SA. Utilizing technology or ensuring clear communication will help these brands to adapt, will ensure that they are staying ahead of competition. They remain as possible. You see, I take a little thing and I just summarize everything. I say, okay, that one, they need to take initiative. Why? Because I take initiative. That's the one thing I talk about. When planning to deal with various threats, like the new stores like Shein or the high levels of unemployment, what did I say that they need to do? They need to utilize technology or ensuring that communication is clear. The third one is, I can also say employee development. You could add here communication, clear communication, and the constant development of employees will help these brands to adapt and ensure that they're staying ahead of competition and they remain as competitive as possible, even under the current difficulties within the South African department. And then obviously I'll just move this one up a bit. Compiled by Mr. Jack Black. Okay. Guys, I know that it really is not your favorite part. I don't think it's part of anyone, but did you see? I was just quickly putting these things up here. Okay, obviously I know the work quite well, but you can put up here and you've got to think. And please use this little thing and make your own little notes on this. I'll give this to my students. If you would like it, please just ask and I'll send it through me. Okay, there's educate to employ. This is what they're talking about. That's what I spoke about earlier. Okay, it's making to create new jobs. Okay. Yeah, they talk about remuneration and packages. Yeah, they talk about pestle factors like the economics, the labor strikes and everything. Okay. Industrial action, not corrective action. That was the earlier one. Couldn't think of the word. Okay, there's social media. There's some more risks faced about it. Water security. Okay, all of these. Okay, these are all things that you can read through, and I obviously don't know everything, but okay, there's the integrated report, guys. The best thing to go through is integrated reports. Okay, so I honestly hope that this has helped you guys. And as I say, if you ever have any questions, you're more than welcome to email me, to ask me on Teams if you are my student. Okay, otherwise leave a comment below if it's going out to other schools. I obviously don't know if it will reach other schools, but I hope that this will help and that you will have a good experience, and I'm sure we will see you again. I will try during the course of the next week to do another exam paper, then we'll do another one, but this is the end of one. This took me an hour to write a business report, type it out, and even mark half of it. It took me an hour to do. Okay, you can do it in an hour and a quarter too. Okay, leave yourself an hour and 10 minutes. It's more than enough time to do a business report. As you can see, quality over quantity. Okay, thanks everyone. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.